Alright, this should be good. So welcome everyone, this is a 1v1 Arabia game at the highest level. Oh yes, how high? Well, look at the players. In the blue, we've got the MbL, yes, playing as the Bulgarians. Alright. And in the red, we've got Barles playing as the Byzantines. Or Barles. That's funny. Nah, it's Barles. Alright. Now, both these players are like at least top 10, top 20 for sure. You know, they've both been in important tournaments lately, and we all know these players, so I don't think they really need an introduction, now do they? No, they don't. I think especially MbL, I think most players will be familiar with the Master Boar Lamer. Oh yes. Although, you know, it doesn't mean that he always still lames boars. Although, you know, it's still... I think even though most players have nowadays learned how to react when you get lamed, you know, you're pushing your deer, at the end of the day, your uptime is not going to be that much worse getting lamed. And having more food doesn't always necessarily help you, especially if your civilization doesn't go for scouts. So I think even MbL has probably recognized that always laming is not always the best idea. But, you know... old habits never die, and I know there's still not a whole lot of hesitation. So, you know, if Blue Scout goes forward and finds a boar right there at the front of Red's base, chances are that there's going to be a lame. Not right now, though. MbL is just scouting his base, as you can see, finding his sheep, his pigs. Same thing with Barles, although he is actually pushing in some deer as well, which is fine, you know, for a better uptime. Now, we should probably talk about the civilizations, and then we will talk about the map, because that's important as well. So we got Byzantines versus Bulgarians. Oh boy, that's a good one actually. Because, I mean, one thing Byzantines have is camels. That's nice. So they have cheaper camels because it counts as a counter unit, and Byzantines get a discount on counter units. That applies to pikemen, it applies to skirmishers as well, which is always nice for late game scenarios, because Byzantines basically have some of the best trash in the game. They get most of the upgrades. You lack the final attack upgrade for infantry, but it's discounted, so what do you care? You can spam twice the amount of trash that your opponent can. Well, maybe not twice, but a lot more, right? Bulgarians... they get elite skirm, which is good. They definitely need elite skirm. That would be crazy if they didn't, because they don't have crossbows. So then what do they do against archers? Nothing. They get awesome knights, and I would say that they have one of the best trash units in the game. They get Hussar with the stirrups deck, which means that stirrups Hussar they're just insane. They attack 25% faster, and yeah, that tech applies to all cavalry, so both your cavalier and your Hussar as Bulgarian. So I'm telling you, it's crazy. Still, in this matchup, I think Byzantines still are the better overall civ, but Bulgarians they're specialized in a bunch of things that make them very strong. I think especially cavalry wise, Bulgarians are the better civilization. Maybe they have really insane infantry as well. Think about the 200 swordsmen with Begains. Yeah, that unique tag that gives them 6 extra pierce armor, which is crazy. As MbL is fighting a scout while pushing in a deer. Jesus Christ, these players are so good. I mean, we, normal mortals like us, we struggle pushing in our deer anyways, and MbL's just doing it while fighting off an enemy scout. It's crazy. Alright, well, both these scouts are fairly weak now, so they won't be able to snipe any villagers anyway. So I guess there's that. It means you can go for a bit more walling. And speaking of walling, we should probably talk about the base layout. So we have a forward gold for Barles. It's right next to a hill, so that is a awkward gold, to say the least. We have some extra golds kind of in the back, so if we can secure this corner somehow down here, you can actually wall this wood line, and then this entire corner will be safe. Then you will have a lot of extra golds to work with, which is always nice, right? It's always nice. We have berries in the front as well, but you can tell that Barles is already going to wall like this, probably to secure the berries and make sure that his early food income is good. As we have a barracks go up after a mill. So yeah, we're going to click up first, so it's not going to be a drush, but it may be men-at-arms, but still. Depends, right? I mean, we have a villager. Is he going to go to gold? No, she's going to go to a wood line. So it's probably just going to be scouts then. I mean, again, Bulgarians can totally go for men-at-arms. You know, for one, you don't have to buy the upgrade. So you don't actually have to go to gold, actually. Ooh, see that? Hang on a second. Look what MbL did. He mined 10 gold. Like I said, you don't need to go to gold to afford the men-at-arm upgrade. So you can just make 3 militia and they will be instantly upgraded. And I think that's what the plan is, because that's why we mined 2 gold. Yeah, there you go. because every militia is 20 gold, right? So you need 60 gold to afford 3, and then you also need some gold for the men-at-arms upgrade, right? Except with Bulgarians, you don't, because these will instantly be men-at-arms. And Barles, he's going to be looking for that. He finds this militia now, so now it confirms his suspicions that indeed men-at-arms will be coming forward. Now, Barles is just going to go for scouts. And, you know, went up 20 pop, which is a normal scout build. MbL went up 21 pop, so that's a little bit later to afford the men-at-arms, and there you go. We're also going to go to stone. Ooh, interesting. So we're not just going to go men-at-arms, we're going to do some other shenanigans as well. As, Barles here changing his game plan, deciding that, okay, I'm not going to go for scouts and trade against the men-at-arms. Instead, what I'm going to do is just get some skirmishers out. Thing is though, here come the villagers, and I'm not sure if Barles actually saw that or not. His scout just got sniped, but he can see it now, and that is a beautiful tower right there. That tower will deny the berries if it goes up, and Barles instantly gonna go to for a counter tower. He knows that that tower is too good. You can't let that go up. Thing is though, you can't stop it from going up. Not right now. Not without any military units. That's for sure. As there are some men-at-arms roaming around as well, looking for a kill. Now, Barles has walled in his villagers on the wood. Villagers on the gold are walled in as well. But the tower will go up, deny the wood line, and deny most of the berries. So, yeah, that's awkward, of course. So, let's see. Barles is going to try to knock that down. But MbL spotted that and has a man-at-arms there as well. So Barles walls in his villagers, and now he can ram it down without any problem. And MbL is just gonna run away now. Again, he made Barles invest into a tower already, which is already it's already value, right? That's I call it a win. Now remember, Barles also has Town Watch, which is nice. Look at that. You can see the villagers even that far away. Byzantines get Town Watch for free, which is actually a pretty sweet defensive bonus if you think about it. That's why they are one of the best top tier defensive civs in the game. Alright, well, we have another tower going up on gold, something that Barles can see, again, because of that line of sight that he gets from Town Watch. He could go to his main gold now. As soon as he gets some units out, he will defend with some archers and some skirms. He had the gold for a few archers, but now, of course, off of gold, so no more archers for the time being. So I guess we'll just have to deal with skirms without fletching, because we cannot afford the fletching upgrade right now. Alright, now of course the tower player is also idling 4 villages to get all these towers up. So in the end, if you defend against the tower push, you should be ahead in eco. That's kind of the rule of it. But of course the key is to not lose villages and not lose too much ground to the towers. As MbL is just going to be able to drop this tower. The other tower has gone down by now, so at least Barles has some safe wood now. And he can take his berries, which is important. He can go to the front gold. He's got some army now to defend himself. And MbL is just going to look for more damage here, I think. I guess another tower that will go up here as well. Yep, yet another tower, something that Barles can again see. Question is he going to be able to respond to that? No, because he doesn't have a market to buy stone, nor does he have stone for a tower. So we're going to have to abandon this as well. The question is, do we have more stone to go to? We have a stone out here. That's good. We have a stone down here. And Barles looking to drop a mining camp to mine some stone for another tower. Because, yeah, you're starting to lose a lot of ground now. A lot of ground. And an outpost coming up for MbL to see if Barles is on the wood here, which he is. So another tower right there would have been beautiful. And deny the wood line there as well. Anyway, tower goes up and we're fine. Right, Barles in the meantime, it doesn't want to sit at home with archers and just wait for MbL to do damage to him. So instead, he's sending his archers forward. Finally getting the wood upgrade now. Still, oh, we got fletching. No, never mind, we got fletching. I was going to say, still no fletching. It, of course, makes it awkward to go forward with military units that require fletching to kill villagers. Especially, I mean, if you want the skirms to do anything, you definitely need fletching. Right, let's see. Probably not going to be able to snipe a village there, but at least MbL might have to abandon the berries for the time being. Yep. That's a win, right? That's a win. MbL taking gold in Barles' base, because why not? We've got towers to protect ourselves. We got some men-at-arms still that could do some stuff. Although, at this point, with this many skirmishes out, I don't think the men-at-arms are going to do terribly much. MbL is still a little bit on stone to try to get the 100 stone necessary for a town center. Although remember with Bulgarians that is discounted, I think. I'm fairly certain. Man. I guess we'll keep an eye out on the resources for I always forget if it's a 1v1 I don't have the resources down here. It's not a team game. It's right up there. So we got the resource to click up almost for MbL. He is very close by. Gonna drop a stable now, so we're gonna switch into knights then in the castles, especially since, well, archers aren't really an option for Bulgarians since they don't get the crossbow upgrade, which is kind of important, don't you think? Certainly so. After all these shenanigans though, again, MbL had good eco behind this. Not too much idle time, I think. Yeah, no idle TC time. Looking at his worker efficiency was pretty good as well for most of this game. So yeah, he's going to be able to click up now. That's his blacksmith. Second building is there already. Oh no, actually we didn't have a second building yet. That's okay. Okay, blacksmith is up. There you go. Now we have our second building. We can click up now. And, Barles had his archers too close to the farms. As a result, they got shot down by the TC, which is, that's unfortunate, of course. Got some more military coming into the back. We got one skirmisher being super annoying. Wow, you can get all the way down here into this wood line. That is, that's unfortunate. This MbL is, doesn't seem to care too much. It's just going to drop another lumber camp. MbL fighting against the archer, but Barles was paying attention to that, so he was going to micro it away infinitely until he gets that villager. So yeah, that's good. And his archer's very weak, so you can certainly snipe it down with a villager. You know, just attack it, but of course that doesn't work if your opponent is paying attention. Alright, well, we are going to have knights for MbL, that much is sure. Or at least he's going to make some scouts right now to deal with those skirmishers. I guess he doesn't want to just wait for the knights, right, which is still 1.5 minutes away, and let his wood lines be a rest. Because he doesn't have any safe wood lines. I mean, that one will be kind of safe if you chop over here. It's too thick, so that will work. Right now, though, wood situation is kind of bad. Or at least it's awkward. It's not bad, it's awkward. Now MbL, let's see, he's not hiding this stable, but it's not like Barles has seen it yet. I mean, he should know, right? He should know. If he walks in here a little bit, he will be able to see anyways. As MbL is trying to chop wood away from these archers, which are trying to snipe a vill, but they will eventually get one. MbL's got no wood, though. No wood. They can't even drop another lumber camp, or... Oh, never mind. We have no wood because we are dropping another lumber camp. Okay. Alright, well, Barles is walling up the front of his base, getting... the walls on the right are up, has a market as well, has clicked up by now as well. I think by buying some food, because he was behind there. Yeah, he did buy some food. So that and that is fine, right? That is fine, because if you know your opponent is up to the castle age, and now he knows for certain, yeah, you don't want to lose too much time. Alright, there's two archers with fletching though. Let's see if Barles can pull them out. Wow, just in time. They would have been trapped, but at the end of the day, it's still scouts here, which will have upgrades too. They have the attack upgrade already, so they can actually kill this army rather fast. And knights are coming out also. With the farm upgrade coming in now for MbL, we got the wood tech. Yeah, that's important, as there's a spearman in here. There was a spearman in there. What? I mean, at the end of the day, MbL got all those units down, which is nice. But I can't believe there was a spearman in there as well. I got some villagers now taking down an archer because Barles didn't want these villagers to continue stealing his gold. Yeah, look at that. Unacceptable. Well, we got some knights coming out now for MbL to the front, which will probably prompt Barles to respond with the counter unit, which is camels. Yeah, there's no surprises there. Camels destroy knights, but they are not very good at anything else. They're not very good at raiding or killing buildings and things like that. So that's the downside. But as another two towers go up, one for Barles, one for MbL. I mean, MbL will be okay with this, idling these villagers. That's fine. Barles, of course, yeah, his wood situation is very awkward as well. Has a wood line on the right, though. Has one more safe wood line to take. So I guess that's okay. His tower isn't walled in, so you could totally snipe. You can totally kill it. Well, it is walled in, just not finished. It's fine, though. Gamel's coming out now to deal with the knights. Let's see, MbL instantly reacting to that as well. He's paying attention to his units. That's good. These knights do have some armor. The Camel's about to get armor in 10 seconds. As, yeah, Barles is just going to chase this down. Very good. Alright, well, Barles is okay. He actually has more villagers more villagers than MbL right now. Both have the same amount of idle time, but yeah, Barles... Let's see, did MbL get wheelbarrow? Oh, okay, but MbL got wheelbarrow. There you go, that's the 3 villager difference. So researching wheelbarrow in your TC, it puts you basically 3 vills behind in the vill count if your opponent is making vills constantly at the same time. All right, we got some spearmen now coming out for the Bulgarian player. I guess you kind of have to do something because camels are not going to be it. Now, we saw in other games, of course, that Bulgarians can win against camels, provided you raid, provided you make the game messy, provided you get some monks out for conversions. So this is certainly an option for MbL. Although for now, he's just making spearmen, and spearmen do well against camels. They lose one-on-one, but if you get enough of them out, you should be able to counter camels. Still, you know, it shouldn't be too much of trouble. Now, of course, seeing spearmen is going to prompt Barles to go for crossbows. Again, that's a good switch. He saw the spearmen. He knows if it's a pike siege push, that's not so good for him. So instead, he's going to switch into his own crossbows now, which will kill these spearmen rather easily. Tower by now has gone down, and this is prompting Barles to try to go and kill these villagers. MbL quickly walling out the camels, but the camels running around. MbL trying to get into his tower, had to delete his palisade wall to do that, and now the camels can get to the base of the tower, which means that the tower will eventually go down as well. Oh, I just leave some camels behind, and you're fine. All right. We got no pikeman upgrade just yet, but we do have a siege workshop. And if we know one thing about MbL, he sure likes his siege pushes. He very much does so. Hill count is dead even. MbL is at 3 town centers. Barles is now catching up with his own second town center as soon as that goes up at least. So for now, MbL will have the eco lead for the time being. Of course, he will lose some villas here. There's 4 villages in there that can still go down. So how many villas? Yeah, 4 villas, and they will eventually go down. So. We'll even out the vill count again a little bit, huh? Yeah, Barles is still playing catch up with the TCs, and of course doesn't have the stone for a third TC. I mean, so I have to find out something. We'll have to mine the stone to do that. He is mining stone, and again, this is not for a castle. That is for a third TC. Makes sense. MbL is gonna repair the tower now, just to be annoying a little bit longer and idle these camels. I guess if it's worth it, it's worth it. Whoops. Right, well, we got monks now. We got crossbows for Barles. Not a whole lot, but you don't need a whole lot to snipe the pikemen from MbL. He's getting the upgrade right now. There you go. With the crossbows, MbL now sees the crossbows, but you don't have a counter for that right now. So the camels can now engage the siege workshop again. It's going to take a while for them to get that siege workshop down. The pikemen, though, were sent forward to deal with the camels, and now MbL's villagers are still alive. The question is, what are you going to do with these? That's the question. Anyway, for now, at the front, as MbL tried to snipe the monk, but the camels were in front, making that impossible. A ram coming out now to deal with the siege workshop. There's a mangonel in there, so that could kill the ram, maybe. I doubt it, though. We got one scorpion forward as well, with some knights and pikemen. Pikemen are nice against the camels, but they died to the crossbow. It's 74 villagers for MbL right now, and only 2 town centers for Barles. He's at 62 vills, so he's still behind at that. We got we got a scorpion trying to kill the crossbows. We got a conversion on a pikeman. I guess that's something. We got the scorpions going down, and yeah, MbL is going to have to abandon this hill. His entire siege push will be nullified right now. Yeah, the crossbows, the camels together with some monks. It's just very difficult to deal with right now for the Bulgarian player. Alright, so we have an army lead for Barles right now, but we do have an eco lead for MbL. Now, if you know MbL as a player, and I think most people do at this point, there's one thing that he has gotten very famous for, something maybe even more important than laming boars, right? Because laming is nice, but that doesn't win games. You know what does win games? Not dying. That wins games. Yep. So MbL is known as what you call a cockroach, right? And that is meant in a loving way. It's just that quality that the cockroach in real life has. It just won't die. They just won't freaking die. And MbL has made a name for himself as a player who is very good at staying alive under pressure. But he's going to have to stay alive for a while though, because look at what's coming in for Barles there. It's Imperial Age. You might ask, how the hell did he afford that? Well, good for asking, dear viewer. It's because Byzantines have the cheaper Imperial Age upgrade. They get a discount on it, a steep discount, even better than Italians, I think. Although it's only Imperial Age that discounts for Byzantines. That means you can go fast imp, which is a very strong strategy, especially in 1v1 situations where your opponent is not going to be an imp anytime soon. Alright, MbL trying to expand to the right now with some town centers, but because he made a hole there, Barles trying to walk right in, and look at the siege going that way as well. Now the crossbows are out of position, so the pikemen trying to go forward to the camels, and wow, Barles actually taking the fight. MbL taking out the Mangonel first, if he can get it, but the crossbows coming back. The knights are here as well, more pikemen. Mangonel stays up though, can take some shots. Look at how weak the pikemen are there right now. MbL wants to snipe the crossbows so the pikemen can deal with the camels, but the Mangonel doing a lot of damage there. Now weakening the pikemen, and look at that, the pikemen dying to camels right now, and that's only possible because the crossbows and the Mangonel weakening the pikemen. Alright, all this delay is allowing MbL maybe to get the TCs up. Nope, that's a doubt TC for now. And now MbL also sees Barles is an Imperial Age. So now, a player in, if I were in this situation, I'm looking at my food count, I'm looking at my Vil count, I'm like, I mean, I have 100 Vils, that's nice, but my opponent has Imperial Age upgrades in a second. So, how are we going to deal with this? Should we resign? Well, we might think that, dear viewer, but MbL is not going to think that. We still have MbL raiding with knights over here, by the way. This is something that we haven't really been looking at. He got a few kills, not a whole lot though. Let's see, 4 kills so far with the knights, which is nice. Yeah, MbL is, Barles is still dealing with that. DC is about to go down, so let's hope that the deletes it in time, because otherwise you lose the resources. Nope, that DC is, we're down to, down 50 stone, huh? And lots of wood. There's still a hole right here, so you can still run right into MbL's base. He's still spamming the pikemen, so I think Barles is done making camels. I think since there's no knights anymore, at least over here, you don't need camels at the front anymore. It's Arbalest all the way, baby, and the upgrades are in. That means that the knights can now no longer stick around because they will get shredded. Look at that. After 6 villager kills, the knights will no longer do anything. And if Barles can stabilize at his base, he's got the score lead, he's got 74 Vils, he's got 20 Arbalest with ballistics and chemistry. Well, ballistics is coming in, I mean. A forward castle as well to get a nice point to press into MbL's base. I think, honestly, you can even go more aggressive with that castle. Let's drop it over here. Right, the Knight of Farmland as well for MbL as he's expanding his farming economy. MbL is just booming. He's just booming his way out of trouble. Oh, we got ourselves a fight. Oh, the pikemen engaging against the camels, killing all the camels as well. If we use the knight against the Mangonel, we can maybe get rid of that as well. That's nice. At least that will give MbL a bit of breathing space before the Arbalest come forward. Because for coming forward, they will. I mean, MbL still has the Vil lead, right? Has the Vil lead. He will be able to click up the Imperial Age at some point. He's got 56 freaking farms. I mean, he would be able to click up if he stopped making knights for a second, that's for sure. But yeah, he also feels the need to make knights, to raid Barles as much as possible, to stop Barles from expanding too much, right? You know, like to the left already took some gold. Barles can certainly expand over here if he kills that tower. He's going to the right now on stone. And oh, MbL's gonna find that. Oh, that's lucky. That's really lucky. That's a doubt DC if MbL responds to this, but he doesn't, so I guess we're fine. Arbalists are now knocking on the door for MbL, and again, there's not much that MbL can do about it, and lots of villas have already gone down. Ouch. We're down 15 villagers now. I mean, it's lucky that we have a lot. 125 villas is no mean deal. SSDC for Barles, will it go down? No, he deletes it. Okay, good. Right? I mean, still, knights raiding everywhere is forcing Barles to still send Arbalest back to deal with that. So he doesn't really have his full potential, his full pop right out here to attack MbL. This is what Barles can see, by the way. He doesn't know about the crate post anymore. I like this crate post. It's going to slow down the Arbalest player a little bit. Unfortunately, your farming economy is in front of it. But hey, can't have everything, right? Right, we're getting the archer armor upgrade as well, so MbL is going to go for skirmishers now to try to defend against Arbalest, because at least skirms, they still get bonus damage. Nice is still raiding though. It's 11 kills for MbL. He's still making Barles' life miserable by just continuously raiding. He's keeping Barles on the back foot. 87 villagers only for Barles. He's certainly behind in the vil count, courtesy of these knights that have been raiding around. That's good. I like that. You know, it's distracting Barles right now. He's not doing that much at the front. He's killing some stables. That's nice. But, oh, wait. An upgrade was about to come in over here. No, wait, that's the blacksmith. Never mind. I mean, we could go up the imp, you know. How about that? Go up the imp, as one player would say. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Of course, he was going to go up the imp. That's mostly just a joke because MbL once said that in the cast. It was a legendary cast, by the way. What was it? Hinnickup 3, I think? No, it was a good one. I remember that. That's what the meme came from. Conversion for Barles, but he still has Arbalest, and MbL still has Knights without the upgrades necessary to fight among Arbalest. So yeah, that bomber cannon is not going to get sniped. So, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. How will MbL stay alive? I mean, he's doing a good job for now, raiding everywhere. And again, look at the eco KD. It's actually almost in favor for MbL. I mean, right now, Barles still has the better eco KD count. MbL also expanding to the outskirts down here. He's just getting more and more economy up on this side. Like, remember, 146 villagers. He's got a lot of economy. The left side of his eco is under stress, though, for sure. There's a lot of farms that were denied. We have pikemen coming out now for the Byzantine player, which are cheaper, remember. And MbL is he's making trash. Are we gonna go for a trash war with Byzantines? Is that the plan now? The central town center got sniped as well. We got some skirmishes to deal with the Arbalest. Lots of economy behind there. You don't want to let MbL get, let Barles get in there. Here come the Knights though. Let's see if we can snipe some siege. But nope, there is some pikemen there. A lot of pikemen. Yeah, MbL is probably not happy to see that. Right now. Nope, nope, nope. Got some Conics coming out even, but the Conics, like I said, they're vulnerable to archers because they do lack that pierce armor. They have only one base pierce armor instead of two, like Knights do. Got some skirms taking out a trebuchet here, which will eventually go down after 150 shots. Alright, there's some villagers being sent forward to their deaths, and the eco KD is it's still not really it's not like decisively in Barles' favor, but he is killing a lot of villagers right now. MbL abandoning the left side of his base is going to have to creep into the corner. All of MbL's economy is right here. He's got stone, he's got some gold, but he's making trash mostly. He's getting all the upgrades on his skirmishers right now. We especially need the final armor upgrade, which we don't get. Oh! Well, that sucks. That sucks big time, because good luck dealing with Arbalest then. Huh. Some Knights raiding around for MbL on the front. That's good. Got some light cap on the right. That's good as well. We can get the stirrup stack, obviously, which is a great technology to have. We got some stables on the left, to raid. Again, Barles has less economy than MbL. MbL's biggest win here is having eco, right? That's pretty much what he has going for him right now. So he's got way more economy than Barles does, but he is kind of cramped into a corner. But you know what they say about MbL? He just doesn't want to die. He just doesn't want to die. He refuses to die. Alright, we do have a bomber cannon though. That can definitely get some kills in as MbL retreats to the castle. So the castle can also help with firing at the pikemen. But the trebuchets are getting near. As Barles is looking to add economy while also pushing into MbL's base. He hasn't gone for the economy on the left though, which is kind of saving MbL because this is very exposed right now. Instead, Barles wants to take down this castle to make sure he can push into the heart of MbL's extended base. And there's not much that MbL can do about this right now. He doesn't quite have the military count to kill this. He's still raiding though, light cav everywhere. Look at the eco KD. It's still in the favor for Barles, but still. Got some food being bought now by MbL as he's getting all the upgrades on the skirmishes that he needs as the castle crumbles. So, oh boy. But does Barles dare to run right into MbL's town? He's taking out the archery ranges to make sure that MbL cannot make any more skirm. My god. Is MbL going to hold on here or is he going to die to this? That's the question. We're seeing pikemen raid on the left. We see a Krapos drop on the right now. I like that actually on a hill, but Barles is aware of that, so he's going to drop a castle to deny that. Let's see, this Krapos is at 50%. The castle, ooh, it's close though. It's close. If the castle goes up, the Krapos will get shot down. But if the Krapos goes up first, maybe. There's one Arbalest distracting the villagers, so yeah, the castle will go up before the Krapos does. Is he going to get it up though? Down Krapos. Calculated. Okay, that's nice. At the least, that Krapos will at least deny this part of the economy. Right now, though, that's not really what MbL is worried about. He's worried about the front as he's spamming in some light cap, trying to keep a meat shield in front of the skirmishers. And the Barles, he's going to back up here. He's going to back up because he can't fight this many skirms. And pikemen are not going to do it. So I think the Byzantine player is going to have to make some cavalry here. We got more stables on the left, and again, still constantly raiding the sites, right? Constantly raiding the sites, and look what that's doing. as these villagers were supposed to build a mill, but never did. So they're going to be carrying their food all the way back to MbL's base, which is kind of funny. This great post is also stopping Barles from expanding to the right now. He will have to kill that great post first, as skirmishers are dealing with the aggression in the left. And look at that. Not having as many villagers as MbL is certainly starting to affect Barles' ability to push into MbL's base. Like Barles, he went for a faster imperial age with lesser eco. He didn't quite have the economy to do a whole lot, and for now he's been stopped. He's been stalled in his tracks. Remember, MbL with 120 vills still has better eco. The eco KD is actually pretty even. Look at that, 60 to 56, still in Barles' favor. But again, MbL still constantly raiding the sides, doing some wonders. There's not a whole lot of army on the field right now between the two players, for Barles at least. But he still has this Arbalest ball, which is difficult to deal with, especially when you don't get Ring Archer Armor, which is the final armor upgrade on your skirms. We got a castle on the frontier for Barles, and since we have 4 castles, let's make some Byzantine cataphracts, right? I mean, you know, it's an expensive unit to tech into, but I like cataphracts, so what can I say? Alright, we got the trebuchet taking out the ranges on the side, and I wonder if Barles is going to be like, you know what, I want to stop. I want to stop my opponent from raiding through here. You know, he's aware now that MbL's got some eco down here as well. Let's go for some monk raids. Yeah, monk pikeman raid. Let's go. Stable's going down. Skirmish is taking out some Arbalest though. Ooh boy. I mean, this is still a cost-effective trade for MbL-ish. I mean, he's still kind of getting mowed down by the castle right now. That's not so good. You see on the left again, MbL expanding down here as well. Like, look at that. Just expansion, expansion, expansion. Just keep getting your economy back in order, because again, MbL, 120 villagers. Still almost 50 more villagers than Barles. That's crazy. Barles is starting to add some vills as well. He's on 4 town centers now, so it shouldn't take him too long to catch up here. But man, MbL's done a great job stopping Barles from really getting a lot of economy out because of that raiding, right? If he hadn't done that, Barles would have been able to kill MbL easily for sure. With the Arbalest ball, MbL not, you know, Barles with his own good economy. Oh boy. Barles is going to go for the walls on the right side though, to stop MbL from raiding on this side and maybe create some safe space in the corner. There's some gold there as well, so that's good. Oh, MbL trying to deny that. Barles tries to wall that out. Walls in the Ville though, so at least there's that. But he can't stop that. Okay, wall it. Okay, good. The right hand side is walled, but those Hussars did manage to get in. And more villagers dying again for Barles. It is 73 kills now for MbL. 64 for Barles, and MbL actually killed one of his own vills. Look, he lost one more vill than Barles killed, so it's got to be either it's a bear, you know, it's a wild animal killing a villager, or he killed one of his own vills somehow. I don't know how though. Right, we got Arbalest dying to skirmish at the front. We got Halberdier now for the Byzantine player. Halberdier is very nice against Hussar, but Hussar are the more mobile unit, that's for sure. Fully upgraded as well. I'm not sure if Stirrups is in. I didn't see that technology being made. And look how much gold MbL is banking up here. He's got so much gold. He's not making any gold units, just full trash. And just think about that for a sec. He's making full trash against Byzantines, which are supposedly the better trash sieve. But think about it as well. If you don't have the vill count to keep the trash going, then you're still going to be in trouble. Mind you that MbL has been raiding this gold incessantly, right? Just continuously raiding this gold. It doesn't matter. Never let Barles just take this gold for free. Never. Alright, well we got Halberdier. Halberdier shred Hussar. Doesn't matter if they have the stirrup stack or not. It doesn't matter. We got some stone being bought by MbL. I guess he wants to get a castle up. That castle goes up in front of his eco over there on a hill. I like that. As the Hussar... I mean, Halberdier, yes, they shred. They shred Hussar. But when there's this many Hussar, I don't know, man. Do they actually have stirrups? Let's see. Oh, they do. They do. Look at that. Wow, these Hussars are fully upgraded with stirrups. That's a crazy unit. We're about to hit the hour mark, and we're getting close to a trash war scenario. Because Barles, yeah, I mean, he has gold, but he's also just making trash right now, which is fine. Plus some Arbalest. Again, MbL still refusing to die. His economy in the corner is still kind of safe. He still has 140 villagers, only 90 for Barles. As Barles is just going to try to kill the eco for MbL on the left. But yeah, MbL is just going to send the Hussars in and kill that trebuchet. That's not going to do anything. There you go. Bye-bye, trap. Bye-bye. There you go. Yeah, an unprotected trap, of course, is an easy target for Hussars. We have... Whoa! Hold on just a second. Are we gonna make some two-handed swordsmen here? Now, two-handed swordsmen absolutely eat halberdiers for breakfast. I mean, apparently his stirrup hussars also do the trick, but yeah, I like two-handed swordsmen. If you can get Byzantines out, then these halberdiers won't be able to kill the two-handed swordsmen at all. Of course, they still die to arbalest. It's melee armor, not pierce armor. MbL though right now wants to run right into Barles' base to go for another round of raiding, but is losing a lot of hussars on the way there. Yeah, the pikemen certainly getting their kills. You could kill the bombard cannon maybe. Nope, we're just gonna keep running. Running, as Barles is gonna try to wall that out, and nice walls there from Barles, making sure that MbL can't get into the extended economy, but there's a hole there. Ah, there's a hole. I mean, it's only 5 hussars now. They're kind of weak. There's castles everywhere. I think they will die. Yeah, there's not a whole lot that you can raid actually, so yeah. I mean, it's certainly causing some idle time for Barles, I guess. You know, him focusing on trying to keep the hussars out instead of doing something else. Alright, well, we still have the final armor upgrade coming in, but MbL is kind of out of gold right now. Does he actually have gold? Ooh, no! Because the TC on the left side has actually gone down. There is some gold there, but oh boy. We have a cataphract now coming out. And a hand cannoneer. Wow, okay, what are we going to go for? Is it going to be the cataphract or the hand cannoneer? I think I prefer the hand cannoneer here, because you're going up against Byzantine swordsmen as well. I know cataphract do get a bonus for that. They are a more mobile unit, which is nice. But, I don't know, I still think the hand cannoneer is better, as the bear is doing downhill attacks versus the villager. And yep, that's the danger of living in the Middle Ages, alright. You have to deal with these bears. Okay, she kills it. Nice. More Hussar rating. The Eco Kitty is still pretty even though. It's 91 versus 83. Like, both players have lost an insane amount of economy. But MbL still holding on, even though he's not making a single gold unit. Except, well, he made a few two-handed swordsmen, but not a whole lot. He got all the upgrades on him, but... Remember, upgrades for Bulgarians are discounted and they come in really fast because the blacksmith technologies are researched faster. Which is kind of necessary if you want to go for conics. You need to get a lot more upgrades anyways. So that makes sense. Not that MbL is that interested in. He's actually going to go to gold in the middle now. He's still making so many hussars. But is it sustainable? That's the question. I mean, Barles has walled up the right side. That's nice. He has a nice space to now trap down the buildings from, which is nice. But hussars are still doing work. I mean, I swear to God, Bulgarian hussars are crazy. Stirrups is such a good tech, man. It's such a good tech. It's one of my favorite unique techs. Just having your cavalry attack faster is really strong on hussars. Like, look how fast they kill villagers. It's crazy. More villagers going down now as the hussar rates just won't let up. Barles has got 40 military on the field. A lot of halberdiers, but halberdiers cannot keep up. Cannot keep up with the hussar rates. There's just hussars everywhere. Look at the Eco Kitty shooting up for MbL right now. Barles is just getting overwhelmed at the moment. Just getting overwhelmed. Still raids on the left. He hasn't been able to contain these freaking stables right now. That while Barles technically has the stronger unit in Arbalest, but he's got only 8. He's not really making a whole lot. Right now he's just trying to contain the raids, but MbL is just raiding everywhere. I mean, at this rate, you're going to have to post halberdiers all over your base, but that's not very effective now, is it? Okay, look how annoying this is, right? So you garrison your villas once you notice the raid, and you're like, okay, I'm ungarrisoning it. Then you have to look at the front because you have to be very busy as a pro player. You know, you're looking over here, raiding with halberdiers. Then you look back at your town center and it's like, crap, half my villagers died. Yeah, that's why it's so annoying. Did we have Byzantines yet? No. Okay. Not that we really need it. A few two-handed swordsmen will do the trick. My Barles trying to wall up the front just to keep himself a little bit safe. If he can lock down his base with stone walls, I think Barles would be in a great position. Look at the score. He's still 4,000 score ahead. But it's still 129 villagers versus 75. Barles still, after losing that many villas, he's still behind in the vill count. And MbL is not going to let up either. He's going to try to break through a gate. Barles is repairing that, but now the villager gets sniped by these skirmishers, and that gate will come down eventually. And if Barles could secure the left-hand side, right, wall this up somehow so that the hussars can't get in anymore, I think if you can create choke points like that with the halberdier, you should be able to kill all the hussars. Look, if you have enough halberdier, you should be able to win this. It's just the skirmishers behind are kind of annoying, and the fact that the hussar rates just won't freaking stop. MbL's at 70 farms. I know that Hera will be proud of him. You know, they are teammates for a reason, right? I'm sure that MbL, you know, picked up some of Hera's signature style, which is the Hussar spam for sure. Nice bomber cannon snipe. I like that. Gold will get more scarce as the game goes along. We have a castle drop now from MbL. I think there was a castle there before. I guess he's just going to rebuild it now. Why not? Just another castle to protect this part of the economy. It's nice on the hill. I like that. It's not a doubt castle. Don't worry about it. Still raiding. Look at that. Still raiding. It never freaking ends. Oh, we have ourselves a major fight on the front. Hussars versus Halberdier. Halberdier still killing a lot of Hussars, but man, they die so fast. It's crazy though. It's crazy. Like, Halberdier should be able to do way more damage to Hussars than this, right? They should be able to kill Hussars. And look at that. MbL actually winning that fight. And there weren't that many two-handed swordsmen here to begin with. The skirmishers weren't even helping. It's crazy. Bulgarian Hussar OP, man. Really OP. I mean, again, equal numbers, Halberdier should win, but I don't know, the engagement that we've been seeing so far have been in favor for the Hussars for some reason. Alright, now let's see what MbL's plan is going to be. He knows that the right side is walled off and that Barles has a lot of economy on the left side. Barles does not have a lot of economy on this side. He is going to finally deal with these raids. I think Barles has had enough of this. He's had enough of this. He wants to wall up the left side, as you can see, to make sure that MbL can't get on this side. I like that. It's a good decision. While you defend the choke point in the middle. That's good, right? Because with cavalry, it's all about mobility. And if you limit their mobility, they won't be able to raid you as much as they have now. As Barles, oh wow, MbL actually noticing that is going to stop that wall from going up. Wow. That's good. That's good stuff. Another stable going to go down. We need another stable. One more stable to go down, and then Barles can lock up the left side. He's pushing back MbL on the front. Even though MbL has skirmishes, it doesn't matter. There's enough trash being spammed right now by the Byzantine player. He's back to 92 villagers. He's still queuing a lot of fills. He can buy himself a bit of time here to keep MbL away to get his economy back up. He could be okay. Forward castle is getting trapped though by the trebuchets from MbL's. MbL's going to try to wall that in. MbL, stone walls. House on the right, that's good. Okay, the Halberdiers will have to back up here. The Hussars being sent in. Very risky situation this. MbL is going to back up with his traps to the castle to make sure that the Halberdiers can get the snipe. Nice. Nicely done. You just repair him as well. Another trap going to go down for Barles as he tries to kill this TC again. That MbL had to rebuild. Meantime, we have a siege ram breaking through the walls on this side. Oh yeah, and Barles, he noticed that he's going to wall behind, but that's not the right way to wall behind, by the way. If you want to wall behind a stone wall for siege ram, you got to leave one tile of space, because this thing does area damage, right? It does area damage, which means that if you wall behind it immediately, then your walls immediately take damage as well. So you want to wall one, you know, like one ahead, so that then at that point the siege ram doesn't do any damage anymore. Unfortunately, that wall is never going to go up because the Hussars break in. Now, Barles has a wall behind, which is nice, but he needs to make sure that there's no hole here. But there's Hussars in your eco. We've seen how devastating it has been so far. Barles is walling up the left side as well. Again, trying to contain the raids, but the thing is, the walls have fallen on the right side already. These freaking fortified walls with 4,200 HP. That's nice, but they're broken now. The Hussars are running in. More villagers are getting sniped. Barles down to 104 villagers just as he's adding more vills, which means if you keep having to invest in more vills, that means you won't have food for trash. And I know that Byzantine trash is cheap, but it's not that cheap. It's not infinitely cheap. And Hussars are raiding everywhere right now. Again, look at that eco kitty. It's crazy. So many villagers have died on both sides. As Barles, is he going to be able to stabilize? Will he be able to stabilize? He has less economy than MbL does. He still has to invest in more eco as well. There is 200 swordsmen running in. Do they have Begains now? No, still no Begains. I guess MbL kind of forgot about that tech. He does have a castle, so he could get it. Again, it's not really necessary. Although, again, you are making... I mean, it's basically just a halberdier that Barles is making. But against two-handed swordsman just ends the game, because there's nothing that the Byzantine player has against that if he has no arbalest and no hand cannoneer. I mean, Barles got a lot of gold, so it's not like he couldn't make hand cannoneer here or something, or arbalest at the very least. As MbL is just spamming and Hussars, killing skirmishers, killing halberdier as well. For now, it looks like we've stabilized a little bit. At least most of the Hussars have died by now. Having some defensive castles certainly helping there. Barles still holding this freaking hill, but we have a Krapos drop now from MbL on the gold. Also some traps coming forward to deal with this castle. And once that castle goes down, that's a problem for Barles, because that is a central castle. We got more Hussars being sent into the sides right now. Still 134 villages for MbL, 110 now for Barles. He's getting to an actual fully boomed status, but the problem is Hussars running in once more. So even while Barles is spamming in a lot of military to hold the front, to hold this castle, he can't contain these raids in the back anymore. That's going to be a problem. It's going to be a big problem. I can't believe that the Byzantines are losing a trash war. I mean, I know it's possible. But it's just... I think MbL's saved by the fact that his Hussars are insane. Like the freaking stirrups Hussar are crazy. They're doing so much damage. They even trade okay against halberdier for a Hussar's doing, It's actually not half bad. Look how fast they kill halberdiers. And with a few skirmishers behind, a Krapos behind now. Barles is not going to be able to push beyond this hill for the time being. The castle has gone down as well, which means there's a giant gaping hole in the middle of Barles' base now. As he's trying to keep these Hussars out. There's a hole though. A hole. Also, the siege ram is breaking through the walls on this side. Yeah, there's a hole. MbL just spotted it. Very nice. Okay, the siege ram will go down after breaking a hole in the walls. Good job. Another tile would be nice. Nope. But the Hussar's still getting in. And Barles, he just can't. He can't stop the raids. There's just so many Hussars everywhere. I mean, he needs to concentrate his forces in the middle if he ever wants to push out here. I mean, both players are doing it. But MbL's just sometimes sending a few Hussars to the right just to make sure that Barles' economy will never get as good as his. Okay, Barles is going to re-wall that now. That's good. Very good. Just to make sure the Hussars can't get out. And again, if it's a choke point, right, the Hussars shouldn't do too good. If there's halberdiers in a choke point, that should be good for the halberdiers. Yeah, at least that's what you expect. Maybe even Arbalest, because remember, we got plenty of gold now for Barles. He's got 3 relics also. So I think it's totally worth it to mix in some Arbalest. At least that's what I think. Okay, some traps coming forward from Barles now. Looks like Barles looking to push at the same time. There you go. Krapos goes down, and MbL will probably have to abandon this gold. And that is also MbL's... well, it's his main gold beyond this one. MbL has 2 relics, I think. Or at least 1. Wait, so who has the 5th one? Because Barles has 3. So where's the 5th relic? It's somewhere, I'm sure. Don't know where. Oh, well, it doesn't really matter anyways. Well, it matters if Barles gets it. That's good for him, because then MbL won't have a lot of gold. Alright, well, we have gotten to that stage where it really is a trash war. It really is. But look at that. Byzantines is in now for 200 swordsmen. And look at that. Look at the... As soon as these 200 swordsmen engage against the trash units here, you will notice that they won't take any damage whatsoever. Look at that. Look at how little HP. Look at that. Halberdier does nothing. There's nothing. It tickles. It tickles the 200 swordsmen. These are super tanky. They will die to the skirmishers, but that's what the Hussars are for. And even then, if you get close to the skirmishers as well, you can kill them. Yeah, 200 swordsmen just ends the game right there. Because that means that Byzantine trash is just not going to be able to compete with the few 200 swordsmen and the Hussars that the Bulgarian player is spamming. It's still 132 villages for MbL, 118 for Barles. Barles got more relics though, he's got more gold, so I guess we need to get some Arbalest out and maybe some hand cannoneers. Just a few would help against this elite against the 200 swordsmen with Byzantines, because right now they're just killing everything. Killing everything. Look at that. They just take no damage. These are trash killing machines right there. Yeah, it's not even close. Look at that. So many halberdiers poking away at these 200 swordsmen. They take no damage. And the Hussars come in as well, as Barles is getting pushed further and further back into his own base again. At the same time, we have MbL. Found a way to break through the walls here as well. So Barles is trying to re-wall it against, dropping a castle on the left to defend against the raids. There's not a whole lot of resources here anyways to take. MbL slowly pushing in further and further. I mean, if the epithet cockroach applied to MbL at the start of this game, it also applies to Barles at the end of it, because he is still alive. He's actually at 121 villagers, but his population is looking worse than MbL. Look at that. MbL is just 200 pop consistently. Barles is kind of hanging around 150. He's trying to get some cataphracts out, which are a great unit against infantry, I guess, but I don't know how cataphracts do against 200 swordsmen with Byzantines. Like, it's just all off with Byzantines because their melee armor is just insanely high. Oh boy. Hussar slowly pushing in further and further. Again, the population from Barles is not looking pretty. 200 swordsmen are making a lot of difference here. We have one cataphract, but that's not going to kill. It's not enough. It's not enough. It's not like Barles has infinite gold. Remember that Barles, well, for one, MbL stole some of his gold, and he also used more gold trying to get bomber cannons out, trebuchets, and of course the arbalest. So he's just kind of down more gold now. He's got relics, that is true, but I mean, MbL at the end of the day doesn't really need that much gold. He needs a little bit. This gold is enough to spam 200 swordsmen for days. And yeah, the gates are open and the Hussars can run right in now. Oh yeah, there's a lot of untouched economy right here that can be killed. For sure, you know where MbL is gonna go. He knows where it is. He knows exactly where that economy is. He knows where the farms are. And Barles, he knows, I can't keep doing this. If I can't win with trash, then Byzantines are not going to have the options. And calls the GG. And wow, what a game this was. This was a pretty insane game right there. I loved it though. An hour and 26 minutes. Crazy. And again, I can't believe MbL staying alive that long. Let's just check the difference in imp times here. Let's just check. Right there. Bam. 10 whole minutes. 10 whole minutes that MbL survived while Barles was going to imperialize. And that was courtesy of MbL. Rating. Barles' vil count was very low. I mean, not very low, but lower than MbL's is. He didn't have the economy to get all his upgrades, get a lot of arbalest out, and of course he needed to send units back to also deal with the raids. And finally, when he was pushing, MbL also got imperialized, defended himself with a massive skirms and trash. And especially the freaking Bulgarian Hussar, definitely carrying this game. I think with normal Hussars, you would have been in trouble here. But Bulgarian Hussars, because of stirrups, they attack faster. They kill a lot. They can even kill halberdiers, apparently. I mean, maybe not one-on-one, or even then. I don't know, actually, which wins. That's crazy. It's very counterintuitive that you can't counter this. And eventually, Barles just ran out of gold. He just didn't have anything to deal with this anymore. He wasn't able to keep the walls up because MbL just kept breaking through, forcing his way into Barles' base. And look at the result of letting MbL into your base with Bulgarian Hussars. 234 kills. Crazy. I mean, Barles killed 132 as well. Which is also crazy, but MbL cockroaching it out, just refusing to die, and his vil count was consistently pretty high. I think we can look at the statistics and see that. There you go. Yeah, look at MbL. He did lose some vils here and there, but look, he was pretty much ahead most of this game in the vil count, despite being behind in military matters. At the end of the day, though, my god, look at the KD here. Both players making an insane amount of units, but man, as soon as the Byzantine tag came in, look at that. Byzantines comes in, 200 swordsmen come out, and look at the military drop for Barles. He just didn't have anything to deal with that. Skirmishes weren't enough. The halberdiers were getting absolutely chewed up, so there's no way for him to counter this anymore. I think you needed arbalest, you needed hand cannoneers if you wanted to counter the Byzantines 200 swordsmen. It's a doozy. Yeah, KD, my god, 1,000 kills for both players, crazy. Economy for MbL, yeah, significantly better. Look at the difference here, look at the difference. MbL's economy was always just ahead of Barles' economy, despite being behind. And that's the thing, Eco eventually wins games, right? Eventually wins games, but it also depends on being able to defend yourself and cockroaching it out. Yeah, very nicely done. APM between the two players looks like Barles was overall the faster player here. 73 average APM, very nice. But I mean, it was very close, as you can see. Very close indeed. Alrighty, well, I'd like to say thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this game, and if you'd like to see more of this, please feel free to subscribe, leave a comment, and like. It certainly helps the channel. And of course, we will be casting more of these kind of games on the stream on Twitch. The link is in the description if you want to join. All right. Hope you enjoyed that. GG's.